My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And to read my writing and to see my latest CNN appearances and my MSNBC and RT appearances, you can go to hagoodman.com. There's breaking news regarding the recount. Number one, something very important to remember. Pennsylvania is not going to engage in a recount because there's been no fraud or election fraud proven, or no allegations of election fraud. So the point is, Jill Stein has to go ahead and file a direct request. So this is a Yahoo News article, 2016 recount. Jill Stein cannot file direct request for recount in Pennsylvania, must take it to court. One of the stipulations for a recount in Pennsylvania is that there has to be some kind of voter fraud. And nobody has said that's taken place in Pennsylvania. In addition to the fact that she has to take it to court. So without Pennsylvania, even with Pennsylvania, it's impossible. But even without Pennsylvania, just you look at the electoral map. Let's say Hillary gets Wisconsin and Michigan. She's not going to win just with Wisconsin and Michigan. Now, Pennsylvania isn't going to even engage in a recount. But I've listed below. So if you're outraged at Dr. Stein, or you fear that Clinton might steal the election, I've listed the information to Governor Scott Walker of Wisconsin and Governor Rick Snyder of Michigan. Email them a peaceful, legal, it's your civic right to go ahead and email them and let them know that if there are recounts in their states, they're Republican, they have to go ahead and ensure that Hillary Clinton's penchant for cheating, and we know from Bernie Sanders, we know from the DNC WikiLeaks emails, that Hillary Clinton has no problem using all different ways to cheat, whether it's taking articles from the New York Times and other publications, her campaign editing them, or we can go, there's the whole litany of ways. But we know from the Democratic primary, that not only was she given questions by Donna Brazile, but Debbie Wasserman Schultz completely cheated Bernie Sanders. We can go through that. I mean, that's obvious. So we know there's a history of cheating there with Hillary Clinton. The two Republican governors, it's incumbent upon them to ensure that Wisconsin and Michigan don't miraculously turn to Hillary Clinton. If you're outraged, you need to email those two governors. That is far more important than saying Dr. Stein is being paid by Soros or she works for Clinton. All of that stuff, that's opinion. Actually going ahead and forcing those governors to make certain that their states don't miraculously go to Clinton, that is a way for you to take a very peaceful, legal, constructive course of action. But I'll read you. Yahoo, 2016 recount. Jill Stein cannot file direct request for recount in Pennsylvania, must take it to court. Jill Stein posted to her 2016 website that she has raised enough money to file for a recount in Pennsylvania. However, the Green Party candidate left out some key details about the filing of recounts in Pennsylvania that many of her supporters likely... Okay, for example, candidates cannot file a direct request for a recount in the state and instead must appeal the election in court. According to the Recount 2016 initiative, okay, so that's the Yahoo News article. And by the way, Jill Stein is after Hillary also. She doesn't want Hillary Clinton a part of it, but I know many people won't believe me when I say that. I'll just read you this. Another issue pertaining to the recount, the Inquisitor. 2016 recount. Jill Stein cannot file direct request for recount in Pennsylvania, must take it to court. But there's an article right here. BizPac. Okay. Recount efforts hits a major snag. Jill Stein's crusade to obtain a recount in 3 states, an effort also taken up by Hillary Clinton supporters, just hit a major snag. There's absolutely no right to order a recount in Pennsylvania. In general, a person requesting a recount of vote must first present a showing of fraud. Yahoo News reported, oops, all right. There is no reporting, there hasn't been a reporting of fraud or allegation, and then it has to go to court. So there's no chance that there's a 1% chance, okay, that Hillary becomes president. But if you feel that 1% is too high of a percentage, then contact the governors in Wisconsin and Michigan, email them, because Pennsylvania, it ain't going to happen in Pennsylvania. There's just too much. January 20th is around the corner. And between, you have to prove there's fraud. There's been no allegations of fraud in Pennsylvania. And then you have to go through the court process. So you can't just file a recount. It's not going to happen in Pennsylvania. The only two that could go are Michigan and Wisconsin. And both of them going to Clinton still won't, just when you look at the electoral map, give the election to Hillary. All of this, and this is just my opinion, all of this is people are focusing attention on a third-party candidate because the third-party well, look, the 2016 election has been a traumatic experience for all Americans, everybody, whether you to the left or to the right, doesn't matter. So we want it, past us, and this is just reliving a very tense, stressful event in all of our lives. I get that. I totally respect that. I do, however, find it amusing / disheartening that people are just so upset at Jill Stein when both Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton have done infinitely worse, and just actually within the last couple of years. And I can go through the whole list of things. But give me your thoughts below. The breaking news is that Pennsylvania, it's not going to be, there's no recount in Pennsylvania. Too many things have to take place. Not going to happen. In Wisconsin and Michigan, even if they flip, will not give Clinton the victory. So give me your thoughts below. This is actually very, very important news regarding the recount that should ease the minds of everyone, whether you're progressive or conservative, who does not want a Clinton presidency. Give me your thoughts below. Thank you so much for listening.